Welcome to Let's Football Live, the podcast featuring candid conversations and inside stories from players, coaches, experts, and pretty much anyone associated with the hero Indian Super League. On this episode, we have Kerala Blasters' Rahul KP.
Rahul KP, will he take him on himself? He does! And he scores!
And Kerala Blasters' new signing, the old warhorse, Harmanjot Khabra.
All mark, full credit to Harmanjot Khabra. That is a fantastic cross.
We'll also be joined by Star Football's very own Maurya Mandal, who's followed the exploits of both players for a while now. And Maurya is in fact here. How are you doing today, Maurya?
Fabulous, Yash. Thanks for welcoming.
Hi Rahul, hi Harmanjot. How are you guys today?
Hey, we good. How are you?
All fine at our end. First of all, thank you so much for joining us today. Harmanjot, welcome.
Yes.
As you sit in fine in Kerala right now in Kochi at pre-season.
Yes.
How has this morning been in the life of professional footballer Harmanjot Khabra?
So, as a professional, I think it's a great journey as a footballer, and there are a lot of memories. So many wins, many battles I have lost, but at the last, it's a memorable journey. And here I have joined Kerala Blasters, the best.
Yeah.
So my partner is there, Rahul, and hopefully we are gonna make something very much so we can share good memories in future.
Right. Hopefully, we didn't pull you guys in too early because we know that you have a very, very busy schedule ahead of you. There's pre-season training to take part of. Now that we've managed to pull Rahul KP up to the conversation as well, covered by Rahul, I want to ask you, since your pre-season training is pretty much in full swing now, Zara, talk to us about the break before you joined up with the clubs. What did you guys do? Rahul, let's start with you. How was your break before pre-season?
My break, not really a break because it was building towards the season. So I usually never had a break like that because as the day finished after last season, the day begins for the new season, So I was really preparing for the new season, all day, working towards it mentally and physically. And for sure, family was important thing. Spending some time with them and working on myself to be, fitter for the season.
No, we've been seeing that, and Maurya, you can testify to this. Rahul has been up to some outside the field activities as well. Rahul, would you run us through your fishing exploits for starters? I heard that you were fishing in Goa before this.
Yeah, for sure. Fishing in Goa been amazing, and it was not a season if you know about fishing. It wasn't a season for perfect fishing, but I still managed to hook few. But it was really amazing, and it's something that I do outside football, where cycling and fishing, that's the most important thing that I give or spend my time with, and mostly find and connect people with. So been amazing, and I'm really excited.
Even I was surprised when I saw him last time, 2 days back. He was doing fishing at the evening time. So he was I have never seen a kid who is very promising and is concentrating more on fishing. So it was really surprising for me. But it's a great hobby, and I was with him for an hour. I remember. So really had a great time, and we had conversation about ourselves, and we were discussing about that, we were in the match. I had different conception about him. I gave him we had conversation. I said, you have certain things, you have a capability. So with the fishing we had a lot of that kind of we had a good time, and we get to know each other much. And
So, Khabra bhai, just to be clear, you joined Rahul on his fishing exploits?
He did. I'll tell you actually what happened. I was just fishing by the lake because we are staying in a hotel where it's next to the lake, so we can fish from there. So I actually had the plan of I got a little bit of free time, so I managed to get my fishing equipment here and I started fishing. And I saw him praying there. Khabra bhai was praying there. Okay? He was praying there, sitting alone. And I'm like, this man is really amazing. He's finding the time to pray. And even though in a peaceful place, he's enjoying the view and he's praying by sound. And I started fishing next to him, and he's he was praying, so he didn't speak to me. And after he finished, he started asking me, how do you catch fish and all. And then I said, I'll show you if I'm lucky today. I'll show you hooking up one. And we got one. We caught, I don't know, 2-3 fishes, and happy.
Yeah, it was really first time experience for me because I'm a northern guy. We don't done doing all this kind of stuff, you know.
Right.
But it was very good experience for me, and first time I'm gonna teach my daughter like how it has to be. She can may have a hobby, and sure he's gonna be teacher like. But it was a great experience. To be honest, I was amazed, and in this busy schedule, you know, the players they always stay in the hotel, so they need to do something away from the gadgets, away from the technology, from the social media. They have to give time to be in the peace. I think that is the one of the hobby you can have, and
Right.
so it's good, man.
So, Khabra bhai, this is a very unique season that we're hearing about. I mean, I personally am hearing about this for the first time, but it's so good to hear that players outside of the pitch also bond in this manner. And talking of bonding, Maurya, I wanted to let you in on an observation I had made earlier on. During the initiation ceremony in Kerala Blasters' first pre-season training session, there was a video posted by the club, and you know that tunnel that players form, and there's a back slap as players have to go through the tunnel. So we can see every other player who went through the tunnel of players, they were being slapped on the back extremely hard by everyone. When it was Khabra bhai's turn, it was so respectful. It was almost too respectful. In the sense, people were shaking his hands in that tunnel. So my question to these guys is, and to Rahul specifically, is why did you guys go so easy on him?
Because I don't know, he started walking slow, so he get to know and he get to see who is slapping me, who is beating me from our back. Other players were just running, so they don't know what's going behind them. They're just running. They want to get to the other stage. So he was like just walking, you know, like he's going to get an Oscar.
Actually, this is not here only because in my previous club when we used to do this on birthday and all. So we used to do the tunnel, but now here all the players are very young and they do respect me. I just wanted to I don't want to be like I really appreciate the way they have welcomed me on social media, even the players on the field. They have made me from the first day like we are a family, and this is we are gonna win, not only the player individually gonna achieve anything. So first thing has started, and the way they have given me respect, this means they are good. They're there to listen me, and the experience I'm gonna share with them, they're ready to adapt it. They are ready to grab the best like I can give them from my side. And this is the way I think I take the things, because sometimes you have to anticipate the attitude of the players. So I'm very happy, and thanks to all the players, the youngsters, and hopefully next birthday they are going to slap me for sure.
No.
I tell one player who can slap you. उसके बाद he has to go to training also with you, na?
No, even we had one incident yesterday. So we were just playing small game. Rahul, if you remember. So there was a ball. I'm not going to tell the name because specific name. The guy has already taken the ball. I slide him just attention. You know, it was my attention. After that another 10 minutes was like everybody wants to kill each other, man. You know, this is how you have to charge someone. Like okay, let's go. You have to bring something out from them. Like the real character has to be there. I just slided him. He was just jumped. And he thought that I was almost gonna kill him, but you know, after that the game started. The real character comes from the inside of the players. They started be physical more. So this is how it has to be. So sometimes you need to do the things attentionally to bring out the best from the players. So this was so I just want to be like the part of the team where the youngster has to be like fully charged up, and they are full of energy. Just need to bring to the right direction.
Yeah. You know, for sure, what Paji said, I agree to that, because he have the real character where players are missing. You know, like a lot of players, but they have inside them, but they are maybe scared of something. So he just put a spark on it, and the fire just burns. His training session went so smooth after that. Like everyone going intense and pushing beyond their limits, and going for the duels. And we see like, okay, they're not afraid, and I like it because that's what I said when first Khabra arrived in this hotel. And I'm like, yo, this is the right guy. This is the right guy. This is the right setup for me. I be with him. I asked him what I need to do because he played a lot biggest clubs in our country, and he knows for sure better than anyone does.
No,
So
one,
we have experience.
one funny incident you have to share about is he asked me, Moria, like, what age you got married? I said I was 21 when I signed for East Bengal. I said, he said, it was a good decision from your side that you have married just the age of 21. You are too young. So I said, no. It depends on your how she makes you like off the field. She has to understand you. Like if you are you will have past, you always prepare for your family. You understand? So I have given him few tips. So I think he is thinking to get married soon now. I think.
No, damn.
Come on, Rahul, tell us.
No, I'm not. No.
But Khabra bhai, you spoke about people understanding you. The Manjapada have definitely understood what you're all about. In fact, they knew what you were all about even before you joined the Kerala Blasters. They weren't exactly too happy with you when you were an opponent, but now that you have joined their clan, you are being embraced as one of their own. In fact, Manjapada is listening into this conversation as well. So just a word on the fans and what their support means to you.
They really means a lot, fans. They are the real support to the club. Even the franchise, even the owners, they need to have this kind of support. But I think Kerala Blasters, they are having the best in this part. They are already the winners. So there's no doubt. So I'm gonna be like the way they have shown me the respect. I can't even explain by myself. It's the best feeling as a player. You can't imagine that you have just played against them and you're just always given them a challenge, and suddenly you have shifted from the previous club to Kbfc, and they are always there. It shows like how much they love. If you give something to them, just we need to, as a player, I think we need to give them some good moments, and this is what they are expecting from us. Just good football, and we need to consider every day training. Nothing is a small milestone we have to start with, and I have urged to them like just keep supporting. We have a young team really. Like it doesn't mean like it will happen in a few days or in few months. Hopefully the challenge is there, and the teams they do have they do have good teams, the other franchises. But anyhow, till the time we all are together, we all are at the one podium, so there is no one that the best joy will come at the end to the Kbfc fans, to the Manjapada.
Yeah, Khabra bhai, you've brought a very philosophical outlook to the dressing room. Moria, there was another video that was posted by Kerala Blasters in which the team dinner was documented, and Rahul seems to be a popular character in the dressing room. He was called up to give a nice speech, which he did. But Khabra bhai, you acknowledged in that dinner that you may have been seen as the bad guy before, but now you wanted to start as friends. So I wanted to ask you, what's the progress on that so far? How many friends have you made?
I think every person there, even nobody knows. Like personally, I do. I don't know. I do meet them personally. If somebody meets me in front of, if they meet me at the reception, if I tell you one story, just now 15 minutes back, me and Ayush, we were just discussing about we lost yesterday small game. So we just been to the video and Arvind's room, and we discuss about why we have lost, where we have made a mistake. So this is the best we can do as a player, and they're young guys. So this is one incident I am sharing, and there are many has happened in last 5 days. And we even me and Rahul, we discuss about. I said it's not about if you're going to the national. It's not about respect. Social respect has to be there to the seniors. But it's after all, you are a challenger to the players. So you are a competitor to me. You are a competitor to the every single player who's even senior there. You have to challenge that place. And I think this is what youngster has to adapt as fast they can. And I think every player, I think all the players they really do listen to me. I really appreciate. I am very thankful and I'm very fortunate. And thanks to them. And let's see how far we're gonna go. And it's like as I said, it's like a team, and nothing much. Always the team first comes first.
Maurya, is this?
So,
Yeah.
So with Khabra bhai, he's one of classic somebody like say Roy Keane, like opponent fans,
Come
all
on,
of them
Maurya,
hate him,
don't.
but his fans and his players would love him.
No, that's so true. And what I was going to ask you was that is this the Khabra that you've known over the years? This certain Zen-like attitude that seems to have come. What has your experience been observing him from a distance? In fact, your experience of observing and watching Rahul and Khabra bhai both play over the years.
Well, Khabra bhai is again on the field. He's a different person. You meet him outside the field. He is the sweetest, nicest person. As he crosses that line, something happens. It's like a switch goes off, and Khabra bhai is all action. But off the field, he's probably one of the nicest guys and sweetest guys you'll meet. Rahul has been one of the brightest stars in Indian football, and I'm so happy that he's now become a regular in the Kerala team, scoring goals against Bengaluru FC. Let's remind that. No?
Yes.
Khabra bhai, you were in that match last minute winner. Just reminding you a little bit.
I was suspended in that match. I think the last moment when the last three defenders were there, it was Leon was there, if I remember, and Parag was still remember that the same action it has happened. The guys, they were even also young. They do respect me a lot, and they have started last season. It was first season for them to be in the ISL as a starter. So what has happened? I was watching from the hotel. So the time he has just got the ball, and the Leon, he's also home based from Kerala. So he took it like as a challenge, like he's one-on-one with Rahul. So he has scored in the first leg, and the way he has finished, I think it was similar. Rahul, am I right? From the first post.
Yeah.
And so I was so like, at the last moment, even I have lost only a single match against Kerala till the time when I play on the field. To be honest, so that was the second part. It has come like, okay, it's fine, but they were youngsters too. The credit goes to him. The way he was so emotionally, he was trying his best on the field. That at the last he achieved something which he can. He has cheered with all the fans, all the players, and I can imagine how now after coming here, I can imagine how important it was for him. And winning and losing it's a part of the game. And it's always, social media is always, the best rivalry, that match day it comes, if I remember, I have experienced it. And I think that day it was I was in a situation like we all the seniors, we were sitting together like, we shouldn't lose to Kerala, man. We have to beat anyhow. But the day they have won us, it was, even I still remember we were losing 2-0 in Kantirwa till the half time. They have already scored. Pekusan was scored brilliant goal, and after that half time we had discussion like, no man, this is not the way we are gonna lose. We have to fight back, and everybody we made it 2-2, and we saved ourselves. They always are challenger. There is always a challenger. So I just want to be the same when I'm gonna play this side to Kbfc. And Rahul, this time please you go and score, and let's we celebrate together and have a good bhangra.
Yes, 100%.
Rahul, talk us through that goal. When you are running towards goal, last minute Leon's giving you chase. There's Gurpreet. What was running through your mind? Tell us. And after you scored the goal, was it just happiness or relief? Because I think the previous game was against East Bengal, where you guys considered a last-minute equalizer, I think. Just talk us through that goal, no?
Will join us back soon. I'm sure he's listening. But Khabra bhai,
yeah,
you narrated all of these kind of memories very, very sharply. Like, you seem to have a very, very nice memory, and like you remember very fine details about each football match that you played.
Yeah.
So you would also remember that in one of the matches against Kerala Blasters, you also got an assist for Sunil Chhetri.
Yeah, that was,
it was one of your 3 assists in the season last season, and 11 assists in total in your ISL career so far.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask you was, assist तो आ गए 11 आपके, आपका पहला गोल कब आएगा?
Yeah, that is a big question. Even though everybody asked me, my daughter, she asked me the same, and I'm the person always like that will come. I think the when the hopefully when the team is going to become a champion, I guess that will be the best part. But the most important, I do the job like of the
Yeah.
of the ball. What I can do best for the team. It's not about who is scoring. It's about I to be honest, I have tried even Carlos Quadrat coach. He has asked me like, Khabra, when you gonna score? Even every staff member in my previous club, they used to ask me. I said they were telling me like they were teasing me like if Shetri gets the penalty and I will ask him to give it to you so that you could have scored your first. But it's not about for me. The best part is you are giving your best on the field for if the team is achieving something, you are the part of that memory, and I think I'm enjoying that more, and hopefully that in KBFC that my luck is I will be fortunate just to score my first goal in the ISL.
Yes, sir.
And, yeah, Rahul, go ahead.
No, I said yes. God bless for sure. He will be scoring, and I will do whatever it takes to make him put
No.
crosses in. Oh, I don't know, whatever. But I'm gonna make sure we win together as a team. But also, there are a lot of individual things that people should achieve, and I'm gonna help my brother to, just for sure. And we're gonna dance like anything, man.
And Rahul, we need to understand one thing. The youngsters in the dressing room, they are a competitor. Huh? They will challenge us to play in the first 11. For the first thing have to be in the mind, and I don't want to be relaxed in that. And the players they are coming, they are very promising, and so. Hopefully, if I'm going to make that same cross like Shetri Baji, he has put in his tweet the day I have left, like the crosses will be for someone else, but we will always miss you. But the thing is that crosses, I'll try to put the same. But the thing is, somebody has to be there, like player like you has to finish the same way. He has given me the credit till the time the scorer is not going to score. Moria. So understand. So this is very important.
Rahul,
Absolutely, Khabra bhai. Hopefully, you score a lot of goals this season, Rahul, and you too. But Rahul, before you dropped off, we're talking about that winning goal against BFC. Just talk us through that goal. When you were running towards goal, there's Leon chasing you, there's Gurpreet in goal. What was running through your mind? And when you scored the goal, was it just relief or happiness? Just tell us more about it.
I don't know how to explain that moment for sure. It was for sure a game like anything, but for sure I had a lot of issues. Recent game I missed a corner and that cost a goal against us from East Bengal, and that came through me, and there were a lot of things going on, and I've been through a lot and I've been consistent, maybe all the things by God's blessings, and my consistency is something that came by hard work, and it all came, and I was really happy, because that's a winning goal and my team is winning that too on extra minutes. So that's for sure a beautiful moment to cheer, because it's a crucial moment. If I miss the ball, then everything on me, every blame on me. But it's footballer's life. The people who said, "Oh my God, he scored the goal," the same people will say, he's a very bad player," or whatever they say. It's like that. So putting a ball inside the net is always not an easy thing for sure. Even though under that pressure last minute, and I also saw Sandeep making a run on the right side, and Leon cut that pass, and then I couldn't pass it, and I just did me. I dribble, I took a touch, and I was in front of Leon, and I saw, and I hit it ground ball, because this is something that I always keep in mind when I play with against Gurpreet Bhai, and it's like I try to go for ground shot.
Even Rahul, I could make you sure, because I was there in that dressing room. So that time Leon had so many they are there for weeks. He had sleepless nights, because you have scored especially against him 1-on-1, and you can ask him even, and so he had a really hard time in the dressing room even. The way you have dribbled him, and he got you have pained him. It was great, but after all, he was the last man. If I could be there, I could have fouled you before. There was a tactical foul, and so we were discussing about, he said that what he could have done the best for better than what you scored. But anyhow, it was a great football game, and we need to look forward now.
Rahul, I want to pose a question to you actually. Now that Khabra bhai has mentioned that he'll be glad if his first ISL goal comes this season for Kerala, if you're in a situation where you're clean through on goal, you're one-on-one with the keeper, and Khabra bhai is there right next to you, you choose to pass or do you choose to score on your own?
For sure, I'll pass him.
No more being diplomatic over here.
No, it's not.
Okay,
It's
so
not,
Yash,
it's
let's
Hey,
write this
Rahul.
down and then we'll
for
check.
sure.
Rahul.
I'll tell you that it's for sure. If I dribble the keeper and it's 1-on-1 and nobody in the post and I see Khabra bhai there,
And I'm sure if Nishu, I'm damn sure if Nishu is there, he's not going to pass me. You know what? We were playing a AFC Cup and suddenly Sunil Bhai got 1-1 with the goalkeeper and Nishu was running from behind left back position. He's asking for the ball. Cheti Bhai! And he just got the ball and Cheti Bhai was like, Nishu, let me score, man. He just passed him and he assists. He got a lot of confidence after that. He scored 3-4 goals, even Nishu. So that makes a big difference. So anyways, it doesn't matter if it's me and you just need to score and we need to defend together. I'm there always, best part too as a player who can defend. The first thing even last season we have seen Kbfc has considered at the last moments we need to be strong as a unit. Yeah. So that is the best. It doesn't matter whether we score first. Okay, it's important. The team has to be the winner with the score. But the thing is, if we are strong in the defensive part, we can do the things anytime.
Rahul, what language are you going to speak to Khabra bhai on the pitch? Because I believe you've been taking some Spanish lessons as well. There was some talk about you learning Spanish. Can you tell us about that?
No, for sure, but we have a good relationship for sure. This is something that I got to know more about him, and we are growing that relationship all day. I'm getting closer to him because that's really important. When you have a senior player, you listen to him and know what he really got. That's really gonna help me. And every day, even inside the pitch, he communicate with me when we play on the same team. Even in roundos or anywhere, he makes sure he put his effort, and every training session he want his best. So I see it. And he also push other players. That's the best part about him. So I listen to him. He doesn't like to lose for sure. I'm also the same person. Even yesterday, our team also lost. But yeah, we win. But it was in a good game. And I felt really bad. And till now, I'm it's on my mind, and I'm preparing for today's training session because I don't like to lose, man. I made that as a habit. And Khabra Paji is someone who so sure never like to lose, because I could see in his face, and even the first day of training, he put the ball, and after that he's like, man, what are you doing? I expect a lot from you. You gotta push yourself, and inside the training he's like pushing me, and even on the warm-ups, he makes sure he put that his words on players, and they get motivated, and they keep that up throughout the session, and I'm super happy for him. Like he's not he's not only concerned about him, but he's also concerned about our system and our players, and he want the best from everyone, and that is the best part.
Rahul, let me just come in for a second here.
Yes.
Yeah. It's great to see the friendship between you and Khabra bhai. But one thing, Khabra bhai is now the dressing room DJ, is he? And what do you make of his taste of music? Like it?
No,
Boom,
I put
boom,
all the
boom.
music.
Boom, boom, boom. Even the bus shakes, Even the bus shakes.
No, to be honest, I always start with all the songs. Like first I put of Goan, like Konkani, there is a Mira Mira. Then I put another one for the Manipur. Then I put another one for the Kerala. Then so it's about the team. There has to be a mood. There has to be a mood for the training. We have to enjoy every training, every moment. It's a new day. And the new training and what has done in the past is done, but we have to take the positive, So I just wanted to, I just wanted to share something like from yesterday. There was last 3-4 days I have seen myself like sometimes I get disturbed so early because the players they made some mistakes. So on here because I really I feel myself today like I should not be like this is not what I am. So I just wanted to be I'm gonna maybe today I'm gonna apologize to them personally. Like I'm not the person, like I'm there always to push them, to support them, and this won't happen again. And let's see. I think this team has a great future, but till the time we have to implement the things coach is going to give us, and the idea is going to give us, and tactically we have to be best.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that Marcus Megula has also joined us, and he's part of the audience. Marcus, if you'd like to add your 2 cents to what Khabra will bring to the team and what Rahul means to Kerala Blasters fans, you're most welcome to come up.
First, hi Marcus. Let me ask you something. Like everyone asks you even mid of the night. I have seen the tweets. Is there any new signing in Kerala Blasters?
Very good question. Khabra.
Hi, Marcus.
I am completely new to this.
There's always the first time. There's always the first time. Marcus, so glad to have you as part of the conversation.
Khabra bhai, good luck to you. I know what you bring to Kerala Blasters. I hope you continue doing what you did with BFC. Win trophies for Kerala as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Means a lot.
And as for transfer news, I think I'll have to hear from you. Nobody's telling me anything about Kerala. You have my number. Please keep me updated about what's happening within Kerala Blasters.
you really know how to do well. You're a professional, man. I think if we remember, we have been touched from the day
from the Sporting
Goa.
Absolutely, very long time.
Of those newspaper and where I always look for my names on the paper. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. I really appreciate, man.
Khabra, everybody remembers you as a BFC player, but I always remember you as a Sporting Club player. Yeah? Don't mind that.
No, that was
Marcus,
my base. That was.
Marcus, while you're here, I just want to get your 2 cents on the competition you've been receiving of late from the Yellow Man. So the Yellow Man has been quite active. What are your thoughts on what he's trying to snoop around? And he seems to have his eyes on pretty much everything happening at Kerala Blasters, right?
Everybody's trying to put me against Yellow Man, but nobody knows that Yellow Man is my best friend. Yellow Man is my friend. I talk to him every day. Yeah. Y'all have got no clue about Yellow Man.
Yellow Man is the source. Yellow Man is the main source.
Absolutely. Khabra bhai knows how it works. So since everybody here, let me say something about Rahul also. Rahul, of course I like you as a player, but I like the way you communicate with the media. Absolutely. I think you show maturity beyond your age about how you deal with questions, how you deal with media interactions. I'm really, really impressed.
True.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's high praise indeed.
Rahul, if his Marcus is praising it means you are on the right track, man. Understand?
Can we break some Kerala Blasters transfer news here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, please.
No, let's wait till evening. I have some update, but let's leave it for Twitter.
Yeah, you're going to get tweet now.
Marcus, I'm glad you brought up Khabra bhai's qualities as a player also initially, because it's very important to discuss how versatile he is as a player. He's spoken about it enough in the past as well, but his versatility is going to be extremely important for Kerala Blasters in the upcoming season. So I just want to ask you, Khabra bhai, what have your individual interactions been with the new manager? You're playing under a new manager now. Of course, I'm not talking about the group interactions. I'm talking about if he's ever had any one-on-ones with you and kind of told you how he sees your
role. We were having the first day he came, like he's very savvy guy, like his skills are, he's very much sure about his ideas and plans, and he just tried to put it in the players. I think the connection between, because he's been as a player, so he knows how the players feels on the field and where he can help the best with his skills, and he has a management, like the players are very positive, and there is nothing difference between from my previous club where I've come from. Like I have seen any kind of changes, so I really appreciate, and that mostly youngsters are there. He understands, like he even 2 days back we were having a possession game. He knows that I was asking the players to pull immediate. If we lose the ball, it doesn't matter. If anybody can lose the ball, but we have to press again. So transition has to be quick. And he came to me and he started like, okay, fine, this is good. Like I said, if you mind it, like I'm asking the players very strongly. So I don't want to. I'm not the person. I'm not the player who has to go home like with the regret in my mind. Like I have to press there somewhere we have lost. So he just told me like that slowly, day by day, we are going to achieve the things that the fitness come first, because the players they have come after a long break. So he has. I have seen that he has good anticipation, like the way he's dealing with the stuff here with the first 5-6 days we have a training. And am I right, Rahul?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very positive, and let's see the all the foreigners and all the whole squad will be together, and what we do.
Yeah.
And
Rahul,
Rahul, how's your interaction been?
Yeah, I stick to the same thing that he said for sure, because coach has been amazing from the first day, because he got a lot of personality that personally I feel good about it. I like someone who is being hard on me, or who really guide me to the right path, because the training's been amazing. The best part is he have his things planned up. He's settled with his things, and what he gotta do, and that's the best part. And I'm enjoying the training, and for sure, like I said, end goal is for sure nothing, because every day you gotta train, and every day you gotta focus on the training session and get better. That's what makes us helps to build towards the season, and that's what we are 100% doing. And coach have good communication with everyone, and he also have a great staff. You have a great team, so it's helping us. Even physical conditioning and what about our stats, or how much we run, everything is going on a very good track, and this is how we build up to our season.
Yeah. We have some fan questions as well, Khabra bhai and Rahul. I'm going to go to the questions we received on YouTube as of now. Question for both of you, actually. And Khabra bhai, you can start first. Who is a former ISL player you would like to have in KBFC? If you could pick one.
Of course, there's not, then there's Sunil Chetri bhai.
Khabra bhai, he's current. We want you to...
Former. I would love to have Baichung Bhai, because he's the best I have seen as a striker. He brings to the dressing room. His presence in the dressing room was very important when I first came to East Bengal, and he knows that he was kind of a player who can do anything at any point of game. So I want him to be in because we need somebody who scores, more goals for the team, and we all are there to defend. And I think he has to be there. From the former players.
Okay, Khabra bhai, you have out of 3 options. I'm giving you 3 players. If you could pick one to come back, Ian Hume, Cedric Ongbat, Aaron Hughes.
Ian Hume.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. Ian Hume.
What is your experience been like playing against Ian Hume, Khabra bhai?
I still remember I was playing in Chilean, as we had got a 50-50 ball in the air, man. We just banged each other, and we were unconscious for almost 3-4-5 minutes. I was out, man, and he's a good challenger. And next time when I met him in 80K, the first thing we had in the tunnel, like he said, okay. I told him don't clash like last time. He was telling me don't kick me, Khabra, again. And we really he's a tough guy. I like his attitude, man. He was a big thing in ISL.
Yeah, I guess toughness recognizes toughness when it sees it out there,
Yeah.
Rahul, what about you? Which former ISL player would you like to have in KBFC?
ISL player, I don't know, former ISL player. You want someone who played in ISL or someone from Indian football,
someone who played in the ISL or anyone for that matter, someone who you have looked up to in the past maybe and would love to play with as a teammate.
Yeah, for me the answer is easy. I would choose Vijayan on his peak. Boom.
Yeah, we both have. If we would have both, na. Oh man. We don't need to sign any foreigner, man. They were the best. They are really.
You choose Vijayan every time, I would say, without thinking. What a player.
Yeah, 100%. As what I know, maybe I never studied more about Baichung Bhai, but I've seen him playing his goals and everything. But for sure, I've seen Vijayan personally, so that's what I know, and I know what a man he is, and he have done incredible things. And yeah, I love the way he play, and maybe he's someone I look up to, because he's also from my place where it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes far away from my home. He also was my family friend, so I know him, and he was a very good player. But yeah, I didn't see him much playing for Indian football, because maybe I don't know where I was at that time. But for sure, I've seen his goals on YouTube, and I've heard from a lot of people. And he also still play the same way. Same way it means he still got the quality, because I used to go and play there. We play like for fun, Sunday football. So he comes there, he joins, and he plays, he dribbles, he scores, boom, he keeps it up.
Wait, Rahul, you just dropped this very casually over here. You play Sunday casual football with I am Vijayan. Did we hear that right?
Yeah, for sure. We have some team like that. So, to be honest, I couldn't play with him, but for sure I've sit outside. I've seen him play, because they play really rough. I play Sunday football in my place, and after that I was going to drop my father's brother for a coaching camp, and I saw him playing there, and I was sitting there. I usually know every player who plays with him, everyone. So I've seen him, and he does the same thing. Like I said, he dribbles, he shoots, and they play rough, tough, boom, boom. It's so good to see that.
Yeah, real old school football, yeah?
Yeah.
But Suyash, life goes. So Sunday, what are you doing? I'm just going to play some football with I am Vijay.
The reason why I say that, because he is still a man where he started from, he never forget the way he came from. So even his friends and everyone, he plays on the street. Like even I do the same thing, I go back, I make sure I play with my old friends. Even though things change, everything change, I make sure, I don't forget where I came from, because that was maybe someone like me or some player came from. I found me from that place, the paddy field, the local grounds, my friends. And they're the reason maybe why I'm here, because, Sunday football or street football on the roads, that's where I really got to know that I can be a footballer, or that's where I started falling in love with football. So it's also so good to see I am Vijayan, not forgetting the roots, that he's still playing with them, and, he's enjoying and having fun. And this is something very important, I feel.
Yeah. While we are talking about him, Moria, I guess if Marcus, if you're still around, what has your experience of watching I am Vijayan been like? Of course, you've covered Indian football extensively for so many years now. What are your kind of tidbits about watching him play live and how he was as a player? Because many of us growing up haven't really been able to see him play live. And
So yes, you're too young. I have also seen him play. Marcus, we'll give out our age if we say how we saw him play live.
I remember. I still remember Vijayan at the 1999 SAF Cup, which was played in Goa. So I was still in college that time, but freelancing. So I remember there was this controversy about Bruno actually being made a captain and Vijayan being denied captaincy. Yeah. And I still remember Vijayan telling one of the Bengali journalists that he can score in SAF football. He can score whenever he wants, and he actually did. Whenever he wanted to score, he could just turn up and score. He was so good.
I think he has a record to score the fastest goal in.
Yes, absolutely. I think 9 seconds or something.
9 seconds, yeah.
Khabra bhai, I'll once again put you in the spot. If you could pick one player in your team, Baichung Bhutia, Sunil Shetty, I am Vijayan, who would you pick?
Oh my God.
Sunil Shetty,
of course. Man. Yeah, I have seen, man. He's what makes him great. I have seen the under pressure, the way he has scored. I still remember against Kbfc, Subhashish Bhai was saving his penalty, and there was a big crowd. The way he has scored, the same angle. Subhashish was trying to play mind game, standing on the one post, and suddenly he scored. It's you need to be like very brave to score this kind of things. He had been on all these kind of situations in his career, which has made me like, okay, I feel I'm a competitive guy, but he is the guy who always set the bar in the dressing room, and in the training, everybody has to be in the same direction. So that I really have learned from him, like what it is, and this is what I have take positive from a leader. And he is doing his best at the age of he's challenging all the youngsters, and this is not a joke, so that push me also to I can play even more 5 years to be honest.
Yeah, you were assisting him last season, and now you're going to be playing against him this season. Do you have any tricks up your sleeve about how to stop him, because you've seen him day in day out in training?
I think the best part would be if we're gonna win against them. So that would be like best thing for me as a player is all the players are very important, because it's not about Chetri Paji. All the other players, they have also quality. So I think my army has to be ready for just to challenge them, and they are there. And I'm not concentrating to that it is my previous club. So all the other clubs are my previous clubs. I have been I've been in Chennai FC. I've been in East Bengal. I've been in BFC. I don't want to make any kind of pressure on myself, and that the players are that. Oh, obviously the challenge will be there, and he knows. Even the day I have left, he knows that Khabra is. We do have a relationship. Even the last year when there was nothing, so there is always formula counts, like Khabra to Sunil. It's a formula. If Khabra cross to Sunil, he's going to score. So Carlos used to call that. So we have a formula to score from that. So I'm really very fortunate that I'm the part of his journey, and he's a great player, and hopefully he's going to be his best the day we are going to face each other, and as a team, it would be a great game in football.
Yeah. Well, Khabra bhai, here's hoping that you find your formula for this season for the Kerala Blasters as well. Like we've discussed before, Rahul is there as your ally now, so there's quite a bit to look forward to in terms of a link up over there. And Rahul, you're going to be joining the national team camp as well in a few days. So you're looking forward to that? Excited for that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, this is the first time call up. I got called up many times, not many times, for maybe 2 or 3 times, but unfortunate, I had an injury, then I got COVID, so couldn't really join the team. But for sure, looking forward to join the team and do my thing. That's it. Not really so overexcited, but I just gotta do me. That's it. End of the day, it's to play football. So there will be joy when you get really good call up, because national team call up is not an easy thing. So I'm preparing for that 100%, and just gonna go there and focus on the training and do my thing, where I don't leave anything on the table. I gotta do me, and I leave everything up to the coach. If I fit in his formation or his team, then for sure I'll play. If down, then for sure I need to train more, and I need to adapt to the. I know what coach really needs, and that's all I gotta do. And and physically do my things. Everything else, I think, gonna be falling back apart for me.
Yeah. And I know you guys have a very, very busy schedule ahead of you. So we will now let you do your thing, Khabra bhai and Rahul. Thank you so much for joining us on Let's Football Live. It was a great interaction, hearing from you firsthand about the experiences you've had playing before and what you're looking forward to in the Blasters. Moria, Marcus, any parting thoughts?
I just wanted to ask Khabra bhai whether, do you believe Kerala Blasters, if you look at the domestic players, do you think they lack a little bit of experience, and do you think you will be able to actually make up for that?
Marcus, good question. Actually, everybody has the same. Even the last time when I have live with Kuri, so it was same, like all the players are young. How you gonna cope up with them? But the thing is, after all, these players are gonna be they have played certain level. Like they have played for in the World Cup for the national team under 17. It's not a small thing, Mostly youngsters this year, in today's football are they at the age of 18 or 20, they are at their peak. They start giving something for the team. I think in Kbfc, it's not about the age. It's about how faster they can improvise themselves in the training. And so this is where I have to play my part to let them, like if for example if we have to cover someone, so I have to be there. It's not about the age. It's about the how you gonna react if someone may make mistake or pull up if you are gonna lose. If I'm not wrong, I think Jackson and they have already played 30 matches for Kbfc, and he has already, so they're going to play a big part in this team. And Stanley is there. Haku is already experienced. Even Rahul has some sort of, he has came last year and he started scoring. And I think this is the right time for this team to start. And I think I'm very, very fortunate. I'm the part of this team. I hope that there's no doubt they all are young, but they will rise at the occasion. They have that capability, and I think it depends on the coach. And hopefully that the way he has started, and there's no doubt we are gonna make a good impact. Sure.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you once again, Khabra bhai, Rahul, Marcus, Maurya, for joining us today. Great, insightful chat, and all the best to you, Khabra bhai and Rahul, for the upcoming season. And to everyone listening, hope you enjoyed us bringing this to you. Until next time, it's goodbye from us at Let's Football Live.